The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 9th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Would love to hear from you. Give us a call at 877-927-6648. But if you can't call in, we've got you covered. Go ahead and send off an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside that subject heading, if you'd be kind enough to put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, I got all the U.S. indices that we track trading to the downside. The Dow's up 178, S&P 22, NASDAQ 113, Russell 13, semis 12, Trending's off 180. They're the big loser to the downside now, off just a little over 1%. Spot volatility is up above its 50-day exponential moving average. That is always a bearish directional signal. So we're just talking directional signal for the S&P 500. Gold is up to about $3, trading at about $18.31. Silver's down 26 pennies. She's trading at $24.28. Light sweet crude up $1.67, trading at $83.60. You know, we didn't get a chance to really show those 9-panel market update charts, so we'll just do that because it gives a real quick overview for those of you. Then we'll get into the charts a little bit more in detail out here. But one of the things that you can see is that the ES Mini in the upper left-hand corner has produced a brand new profile. Now, this will not take hold until this evening. I mean, I want to have a confirmation of it. And so profile levels can shift. But so far throughout the morning, they've held, or at least the last few hours, they've held. And the resistance is at 47.11. Support is at 46.35. Considering we've got a TD9 count pattern, tops out there, and many of the indices, certainly the equity futures contracts, ES and NQ and Dow, that is, we should anticipate that the ES Mini will make its way to the 46.35 level. No idea whether that area will get busted, but that should be its price target. Now, that will become the price target or maintain that price target level as long as that spot volatility, panel number 2, remains above its 50-day exponential moving average. That would be at 1773. We're trading at 1811 right now. In the case of the NQ, its profile that we looked at yesterday did take hold. That profile forming below price, that is a bullish message. So when I take a look at the NQ, take a look at the ES Mini, understand that we're in the favorable seasonal cycle. More likely than not, this is nothing more than just a couple of day pullback out here for price to get back to support to set up the next buy point as we continue to move higher through the remainder of the year out here. The U.S. dollar index really just trading sideways. It's above resistance. That would be the top of its daily profile, but below its Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. So really it's providing us with a neutral signal. If we take a look at gold, you'll see an A to B equals CD with an initial price projection of 1852, but it has resistance. The next battleground is the top of its weekly profile, and that's at 1838.70. Silver is just trading in between its daily profiles with resistance at 24.73, but the real resistance level is going to be 24.92. That's the bearish shooting star candle that if price can take over, close above, will generate a new A to B equals CD to the upside pattern out there. Light sweet crude just consolidating with inside its bearish structured profile. I would expect it'll find resistance at about the 84.22 level. If we take a look at natural gas right now is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. And that would suggest lower price. I may have to go take a look at the charts to figure out where that might be headed to. And the 30-year Treasury's made the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD level, or a potential for a Gartley sell. But I'm not saying sell Treasury bonds. I'm saying wait for a bearish reversal candle to confirm that out here. Otherwise, the 30-year Treasury likely headed to the 164.15-ish type area. So that's our 9-panel market update chart. Glad that we just simply got that in here. Now let's take a look at the 4-panel equity future contract. And what you're going to see out here is you're going to see 4 profiles, 3 brand new profiles, one that formed yesterday. That was inside the NQ. So the cool thing about this is prior to this morning, or prior to right now, assuming that these profiles do take hold, what we didn't have really was a downside price target. We have the oscillator and change line, so we'd have one level, but what we didn't really have is, hey, if price closes below that, where is it likely headed to? And I'll pull over those charts, and we'll take a look at those charts momentarily. But here with these brand new profiles out here, it is a slightly bullish structured profile inside the ES Mini. So price should find support between 46.35 and 46.66. We'll really want to keep an eye on the NQ, because if price gets back to the 16,105 level and holds, which is the top of its profile, that might signal the next move higher. In the case of the Dow Equity Future contract, it's got the largest profile span, and the center is at 36,062. The low today is 36,066. So a close below that should signal price pulling back to 35,582. Excuse me. 35,582. But remember, we won't have confirmation of these profiles till this evening. So tomorrow when we reconvene out here, we'll be able to confirm this or give you what those new levels are. In the case of the Russell 2000, yesterday was a bearish shooting star candle. That confirmed its sell the D point. That was about a 1 to 1.272. Brand new bearish structure profile is forming. The key level to watch here is 24.25. That is the center. A close below that would then suggest that price will move back to 23.72. So those become levels for us to watch and observe. And if we go over and take a look at our other set of charts out here, the white background charts, what we'll see is those oscillator and change lines. Those oscillator and change lines are also other targets. Now, if price just simply pulls back in the ES Mini to the 46.47 level, that is between the bullish structured support area that we just took a look at. If it tests that and holds, that becomes the next buy point in this favorable seasonal cycle. If price gets below that, then we watch the 46.35 level. If price gets below 46.35, well, then we could have a change in trend. And the reason is because, no, I take that back. If we get below 46.35, the next price target is 45.43, the TD9 breakout area. In the case of the NQ, you can see it has a valid TD9 count top, just as the ES Mini does. Its price target is likely going to be 16,020. That is the top of that profile. Well, 16,105 on my black background chart, 16,020 here. So that's the range. But you can see that oscillator and change line is above those areas, and so that becomes the price target. Inside the Dow, the 36,016 level is where price would need to close below in order to generate a signal that price would get down to the bottom of that profile we were just looking at, which is out at 35,582. The Russell, you can see that sell the D point, that was the shooting star, so its price target to the downside would be 23.83. If each of these get down to those oscillator and change line, test and rejects those levels, folks, it tells you that market conditions, well, at that stage, they would be neutral, because you still have a topping pattern out there, and price has to overcome that, but it most certainly would not be bearish out there. So the cool thing is, at 1:14 in the afternoon, you and I, after those TD9 count tops and that sell the D point in the Russell 2000, we've got some profile levels to continue to watch and observe to help us understand what the market is communicating to you and I. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So these are the bigger patterns that are really in play out here. These are the 4 equity future contracts along with their consolidations and now their consolidation measured move price targets. Remember, when price breaks out of consolidation, the price target is equal to or greater than the consolidation. So don't think that the 16,928 or the 48.23 or the 37,363 or the 25.78 level is the end of the move out there. Stevie is saying to you that that would be a significant top. That's not the case at all. So I would caution anyone, if you're going to go short, I get these short signals out there, I would caution you against going short the NASDAQ 100. And here's the reason why. Apple, which is the largest holding within inside of that, did form a new profile. So whereas inside the ES, the YM, the Russell 2000, we've got new profiles that are attempting to form, I'm not using my advanced Doppler tool on Apple. So it has a brand new profile that is in place out here. It is bullish in structure. So we're taking a look at the daily time frame. In fact, I'll just simply expand out the chart for the moment. That way we're all looking at just simply the same chart out here. Now, the important thing about the new profile that formed, one, it tells us about the trend, and the trend inside Apple is still to the upside. What does it tell us about the trend? If you take a look at the last profile that formed, it formed above the prior profile. If you take a look at this current profile, the bottom is above the prior bottom, the high is above the prior high, again, telling us about a trend to the upside. Now, this is bullish in structure. This is the reason why I said, hey, if you're going to go short the markets, don't look at the NQ with Apple being the strongest instrument, not having a topping signal out here, and having a bullish structured profile. That does not mean that the NQ is not going to pull back further. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that what Apple should do is truly find support between 149.11 and 149.79 out there. So, I'd play in the sandbox of maybe the Dow or the Russell 2000, maybe the S&P 500. But right now, because of that new profile, and here's Apple's chart. So we'll pull over Apple's daily chart out here. And look, it has a top at the high. That's back on September 7th and the 8th out there when it generated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. But as we take a look at things right now, we don't have any kind of pattern such as that. And prices above its green oscillator and change line, really the Apple should be targeting the 155.48 level and above that, back to its all-time highs and perhaps above that as well. We've got a caller on the line. It is Garo from California. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Nice to hear from you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for asking. How about you, sir?
I am doing very well. And so today we're going to speak about NETA, I believe. Is that one of the instruments that you had mentioned yesterday as we were, closing out the show?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Meta is an ETF that the inception of that was on June the 29th. There are several very good companies like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Roblox, that Facebook, and Amazon, and so many other very good companies are in that ETF. And I've been trading this for about a month or so.
Okay.
I bought it at $15.25 on October the 28th on 120 minutes. Where the 5-day moving average split from 21-day, and the SAR dots were all the way at the bottom. And not only that, the 5-day split from regression line, it went above the regression line, and that's where I bought it, 1,500 shares, and I sold them today.
Okay.
I want to know. I want to know your idea regarding this ETF. And I want to know how much that can drop down, or if it will or not, or where is the next buying point?
Okay, so let's try to answer all of those questions as we can. So first, I like the fact that you sold today. And the reason is that today is going to become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. Now, this thing didn't start trading until about July timeframe. So the data for my charts and tools is going to be somewhat limited out here. But today will become bar number 9. That doesn't mean that we can't see a higher high tomorrow. Because inside this pattern, the high either falls in bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. But from your standpoint and looking for signals, I like the fact that you sold it here. Now, if price does pull back, the level that I would be watching is approximately the 1566 area. 1566 is its oscillator and change line. As price moves lower, that will also move lower, but not like by $1, but by pennies, maybe a dime, 15 cents, something along that range. So around the 1566 level is one of the things that I would be looking for. Unfortunately, because of this lack of data, my weekly or monthly charts really aren't going to provide us with much information. If I take a look at a 30-minute time frame chart, or what I would do, Garo, is especially in your line of work and what you do, if price is pulling back to those levels, then you're going to go to your short-term time frame charts and look for some type of bottom. But I think in your case, if I'm not mistaken, the bottom here would still be some type of 521 crossover. Is that correct, or am I misinterpreting some of the tools?
1566 on a daily chart is going to come and hit the lower dot of SAR, and from that point, this is going to be a bear. This is going to change the trend at 1566. You see, on a daily chart. You see now, 1569 is the bottom, is the last dot of the SAR. And if it goes to 1566, that means that candle is going to hit the bottom dot, and the dot is going to go up. And from there, the short is going to get started.
Sure. Now, I get that. I understand that. And I wish our systems aligned with each other. My dot's at 1578 for today. But regardless, I was trying to answer your question, which was where, one, I think, is do we see a top? Now, there's an A to B equals CD pattern. So we have a TD9 count potential top out here. But there is an A to B equals CD pattern that's underway. Price hit the 1-to-1 level. It did it by gapping up today. That is not how A to B equals CD patterns typically end. So this is suggesting that we should not be surprised if we see price target the 1683 level. That's its next price target on the A to B equals CD pattern. But with regard to trying to find a place where Meta might pull back to, there's really just, in essence, two different levels that I can use. One would be the TAS market profiles. Well, it has not generated a new market profile, and the top of the old one is at 1522. So that's a potential area of support. But before price gets down there, price would be targeting that green oscillator and change line. And if price tests and rejects that level, that is a bullish signal, just as it was when it did it on October the 28th out there. I think you got into it. What was the date that you actually got into it?
October 28th, sir.
How about that? So different reason. You were using your 521 crossover, I believe, on the 120-minute chart. What my charts here say is if price pulls back to that green oscillator and change line, that becomes the buy point. And that's exactly what it did on October 28th, which was a test and rejection. So I still stand to say here, Garo, even though I would be disrespecting your parabolic SAR dots, if price pulls back and tests that green oscillator and change line and rejects it, that's the next buy point.
Yes, at that point, it's going to be the 50-day simple moving average. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
By that time, that 50 at this time is 1539. But by the time that candle will drop down, that's going to take time. That 50-day simple move on 120 minutes will get to that 1550. I never thought of that part.
Hey, Garo, we're going to go to a hard break here. You can hold on if you want. We can finish up. If not, have a terrific Tuesday. Steve Rhodes with TFNN will be back in just a few minutes, folks.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I love the fact that Garo had a set of tools that he was using that signaled a buy point into Meta out there, the ETF, and it lined right up with the tools that I use out here. So you love that. And we've got our California contingent. We got Garo, who is in the L.A. area. I believe he's a little bit north of L.A. We've got our northern contingent to cover the San Francisco area and so forth. That's Brent, and he's on the line now. So all we need to complete the California contingent out here, because you have to have a hat trick, is somebody from San Diego. So if anybody from San Diego is listening in, we want to hear from you today as well. But Brent, thanks so much for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing real well. I know you're calling about ticker symbol AI. Having a nice day today with some volume. It's trading out at 52.68, trading into the swing point out here from the trading day of September 1st. And as long as it closes above 52.37, likely to target 55.58. But how can I best help you out?
This one, I talked to you before about having conformist. I had the free shares, so
yes.
When that stock got below a level that I didn't think it should, get below, I sold out of that, and then I took that money and put it into, and I bought this one at the actual buy point was around 45, but my cost was much lower, it's like half that. So
yes.
I just so I have a decent cushion to kind of work with, and just wanted to get your opinion, what you started to talk about as far as some levels to be watching potentially to the upside.
Yeah, so it had real nice movement today, as you know, I'm sure. And it is pushing into a swing point with, looks like with similar type volume. The volume that I meant, the volume from that September 1st trading day is 8.9 million shares. You're about 4.2. So actually, you're probably going to be a little bit short. But I don't think that is the issue. The issue is the top of the weekly profile. Why did sellers step in where they did? It's because sellers are at the $53 even Steven level. So if price can close above that this week, and in the following week, you'd have two consecutive closes, and that would suggest that you've got a real change in trend here. But otherwise, price is running up into resistance. If I look at my white background daily time frame charts out here, we don't have any kind of a top, so we know that the resistance level that we're looking at is really coming from that weekly time frame chart. If price can overcome this area, close above the top of that weekly profile of $53, then the daily chart would be sending you a signal that price would want to move to the 64.50 level. If I go back to the weekly time frame chart, not really a ton of information more than what I provided to you out here. So I don't really have much more that I can share with you. I like the bottom pattern. I like the fact that price came back to its breakout level at about the 43.65 area. It did that on October 27 and has taken off. So it's just that weekly area that you are dealing with, and if price can close above that, that would suggest the 64.50. So if you're asking me, do I see a reason to sell? I don't. Resistance is where resistance is, and price hit it, and you're moving into that level with pretty decent volume. So that would be a reason to say, no, I think I would sit here and hold that, but it is at resistance.
Okay, no, that's I appreciate that very much. I was just going to ask you one other thing. I always looked at MU before.
Sure.
And I thought there was a level on the weekly that it's kind of played around with today. I think that's where it was on. I don't think it was on the daily. It's like 75. 60 or 50, something like that, you could just take a look at that again and just whatever that number was.
No, absolutely. So with regard to 23andMe, that's the one we're going to talk about. Is that correct?
No, it's Micron, MU.
Oh, MU. Okay. Sorry about that. That must have been the tinnitus ringing in my ears out there. But I was ready to take care of 23andMe. But if we take care of Micron, MU is the ticker symbol out here. The level that it's dealing with also running into resistance. So you've got two of them. The top of its weekly profile, and that's 75.88. Now, price is pushed into an area where there were prior swing points. August 25th, it was 36 million. Today, you're only at 25. You're 12, my apologies. So that was 36 million. The next time price was up in this area was 18 million on September 27. So you're taking that on with some pretty decent volume. So that looks okay. If I pull Micron over, okay, I see now. So Micron on a daily basis, Brent, one of the numbers we might have looked at was 74.99, and that was a TD9 breakdown resistance level. So price has overtaken that today. But today is going to become bar number 9 of a TD9 count, signaling to you and I that we could see a short-term top occur today or tomorrow. Now, if we do, and price gets back below 74.99, you would expect and anticipate that Micron would pull back to about the 71.07 level. And that area, Brent, is both the oscillator and change line and the top of its daily profile. Now, any questions about the daily time frame chart that we're taking a look? I don't think you're near a computer right now, so you can't really see us.
No,
but
any
questions about what I've shared?
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. So I mean, so that's the reason. So you got that level of resist. Where hold on, link back to the daily. So you've got that TD9 count top. I would expect to see some type of retracement, and but not necessarily a reason to sell. Unless you don't want to take that retracement. Right now, we don't have a guarantee of that. It's just something that is likely to form. As I look at the 30-minute chart out here, I don't have a clear signal that is today that top is forming, but we should see some type of short-term top.
Okay, yeah, I've got a stop in place. I might actually bump that up a little bit closer to where you're talking about, and then just see what happens from there. So, no, I appreciate it so much, Steve. Just have yourself a great day and a great week.
You bet, Brent. Thanks so much for calling. Always good to hear from you. We'll look forward to speaking to you again. So like I said, folks, we've got the California contingent. We just want to get a hat trick out here. So it could be somebody, south of L.A. That would be a wonderful thing. But if we don't, that's okay, because we do have questions that are in the queue. And those folks are saying, hey, Steve-O, get to me already. Well, one of those get to me alreadys would be Hector and the fuel injectors. And Hector want to take a look at American Tower, I believe. So happy 2 for Taco Tuesday. Back at you, my friend. And yesterday, American Tower, AMT, American Tower, pierced the 273.46 level. All right. That we spoke about last Wednesday. You loaded up the truck again at 274. It's trading at 280 right now. We're currently in day 8 of a TD9, and yesterday's hammer candle made the hair on the back of your neck stand up. So I know there are challenges for American Tower. However, this is a hedge against inflation. I believe fundamentally keep chugging forward. Okay. Well, let's go take a look at American Tower and just kind of see. I guess I actually have to get that going on my white background charts. But here's what we're going to take a look at. So we were looking at, I'm going to get rid of the retracement levels out here. Give me a moment. Those are the green areas on that daily chart. Not that they're not important. I'm just going to get rid of them, because here, if we take a look at the level that Hector and you and I were taking a look at, again, it was not anything that Stevie, I've got no magic. I wish I had magic, because if I did, I'd do magic tricks for you. But I can't do magic tricks. The only tricks that I can do, I can't do any tricks. All that I can do is share with you the tools and information that really assist us in interpreting what the message of the market is. And in this case here, in the case of American Tower, what Hector and I took a look at, I'm sure, was that this was a bearish structured profile. Price was below the center of that bearish structured profile. That typically indicates that sellers should be able to push price back to support. And Hector was ready with his truck because support was at 273.47. So that's cool. As far as where your resistance areas are, as you pointed out, there are some challenges ahead. And those challenges are at 284.53 and above that 291.17. When we get back from this breakout here, we'll go take a look at the white background charts. We'll take a look at, I'm sure, NVIDIA for Hector and Patty. They are the TFNN fuel injectors. Steve Rhodes will be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back. We're taking a look at American Tower AMT as a ticker symbol. We see a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out here. That confirmed on September the 9th. That led to a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That was a hammer candle that formed. It was also wave number 7. That's courtesy of a portion of the Chapman wave out there. That then led to a TD9 count top, and now prices pulled back and tested support, the bottom of that profile. As Hector mentioned, yesterday was a bullish hammer candle, and Hector knows if we see a close below yesterday's low, 273.43, that says if you're long, you're wrong. Now, what that really means is price would then pull back to the next level of support, which would be 265. That's not what we're saying is in the cards here, but I just want to make sure it's put out there and that Hector realizes that. I know he does. What you do like about right now today's price activity is price is back above its green oscillator and change line. So it should make its way to 284. This could be yesterday's bottom, could be the beginning of the C point of an A to B equals CD to the upside. But as we said, or as you said, there are battles above 284.53, 291.17, and 297.55. You also wanted to take a look at NVIDIA out here. And your question about NVIDIA is today's give back on price, does it have any kind of meaning? Well, here's the meaning that we do know is that today's move higher just simply was the bar following bar number 9 to set up the TD9 count. I'm sure there's an A to B equals CD pattern here that I can draw. Today, right now, is a bearish dark cloud cover. So that would confirm that pattern too. So what this says to us, when Hector asked the question, what's the meaning behind this? There's something more sinister. Right now, all that this is doing or suggesting to us, Hector, is very much like we took a look at when we looked at the ES, the NQ, the Dow, the Russell 2000, is that we should expect and anticipate that NVIDIA will pull back to test that oscillator and change line. I have no idea whether it will bust through it. I know that if price gets down to 279 and change out there, now maybe it's a little bit lower as price pulls back, but if price gets back to that oscillator and change line and tests and rejects it, that becomes your buy point. If price closes below that level, then the area to be looking for NVIDIA will be 240, 282. That's not what I'm communicating right now. I'm communicating that we do have a valid top, two tops, quite frankly, in place out here, and that suggests that NVIDIA should pull back to test that oscillator and change line. So Hector and Pat, I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in, and have a terrific Tuesday. The next question coming in from Kumar. Kumar wants to take a look at ticker symbol Tesla, TSLA. So let's get that up on our screen out here. I know that has given back some gains today. And the question is, where would you recommend someone to cover Tesla shorts for someone who shorted a 800 at about the 800 level? What? Shorted at 800-ish price. Oh, boy. Okay, so you felt some pain. It's trading at 1036. So what I can share with you is the next level of support inside of Tesla for its daily time frame, Kumar, is at the 986.60 level. That is the bottom of its bullish structured profile. Let me pull over the white background charts because the weekly and monthly aren't really going to be helpful to you. So let's take a look at, so you had 986.60 as your first price target. If price is able to get below that, then price will be pulling back to where it had broken out on its daily time frame, and that would be 855.50. So we won't have that message unless we see price close below 986.60. In the case of Tesla, out here, just looking for topping signals, topping patterns, that whole bit out here. Again, I'm sure there's an A to B equals C that I can draw in here. So it's not going to change our thought process. So 986.60. Below that, then you might get back close to your 800-ish short in the 855 level. But right now, watch for that 986.60. Or what you might want to do is, as price is pulling back to that area, look to the short-term time frame charts and see if you can find some type of bottoming signals for Tesla out there. If you don't, that would be a good sign and suggest that maybe price will go ahead and bust through the profile level. From a volume metric, you got volume today, but that volume is going up against volume to the upside. 62 million shares on October 25th, 62 million shares on October 26th. You're at 42 right now. So it's pulling back with similar volume, maybe a tad more out there, but that profile level hasn't failed. So that becomes the first price target, and I hope that helps you out, and I'm pulling for you, looking for Tesla to keep moving lower. David writes in, and David wants to take a look at ticker symbol LRCX. LRCX is Lam Research. No, it's not Lam Research. What is it? LRCX is Lam Research. There you go. Stevie, why are you doubting yourself? Well, because I wasn't that sure. Hey, Steve, you've got 600 calls on Lam Research. Well, you even wrote it out here for me. That would have been easy, Stevie. Would you please give me your perspective as to the advancement of this? So, okay, as we take a look at it, prices above the daily profiles, weekly profiles, and inside the monthly profile. So your target here, and it's trading just above the center. The center is at 608.94. The top is 673. 673.80. So that, in essence, is its message to us. But I want to pull the daily back just a little bit, open up the window here. And so the last swing point was on September 27th, did volume of 1.1 million shares. You're pushing into it with slightly lighter volume out here. So that's not saying it's ready to break out or anything. But if price was able to close above 621.99, that would certainly be a positive for you. Let's pull over the LRCX daily time frame chart, the other daily chart out here for us. So here is the bad news, if there is bad news. That is, today is going to become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So Lam Research, very much like the markets that we took a look at. What you can also see out here, David, is that the oscillator and change line recently changed colors. When I say recently, 2 days ago. When that happens, that phenomena tells us that price and that line should test each other. That line is currently printed right at about the top of its daily profile in the 581.75 area. So this is suggesting that a short-term top should form either today or tomorrow, and that we should see price and that line test each other. If tomorrow price makes a higher high, it will really be Thursday's and Friday's session that you will be watching. If the TD9 count were to fail, you would see price close above the high of this pattern, and we don't know what the high of this pattern is just yet. But if it did fail, then that would suggest to you that Lam Research should go target 650.33. But right now, it looks like it wants a bit of a short-term time out. If I look at the 30-minute time frame chart, you do have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out here. You want to watch 608.31. If price closes below that, that's telling us that price should go target the 586.49 level. It may not get all the way down there on a 30-minute chart because it could form some other type of pattern. But right now in the 30-minute chart, you're watching 608.31. If price gets below that, that suggests lower price out here. And again, the daily is suggesting that we should see some type of short-term top. So, David, I hope that helps you out, and best of luck to you on that. And we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon. Okay, that takes care of all of the requests by email. I don't believe that there is anything inside the Tiger's Den, but if you did want me to take a look at something, now would be a good time to actually type that in. Looks like we're going to go to, time actually flies around here. because we're about to go to a break. And then looks like we've got just our 2-minute wrap-up out here. So the question is NUE. NUE is a ticker symbol. If we've got time, we're going to make time for George in Tampa. And this is Nucor. And Nucor right now is trading above the top of its daily and weekly profile. So your resistance area out here is, George, is going to be 120.73. NU is a ticker symbol. Let me just see if my daily chart here will populate while we've got about 10 seconds or so. Just looking. Come on, populate. Work with me. Work with me. Work with George. George. Well, you're in the Tiger's Den, George. So I will. I put in the wrong symbol. That's why it's not popping up. But we'll finish off. Take a look at Nucor for George in Tampa. Be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secure investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Back at the ranch here as we take a look at the Nucor. This is the weekly chart that's up on the screen. Let's go back to the daily. So on the daily time frame chart for Nucor, we like the action. Now, price is likely going to pull back and test its oscillator and change line. And that's at the 110.40-ish type range out there. If price tests and rejects that level, then price should go target 123.41. If price gets below that oscillator and change line, then you're looking to move to 106.04, 102.82, 99.61. Those would be our price targets. That's coming from the daily time frame. The weekly chart out here is also suggesting that we should see a retracement because price is below its green oscillator and change line. So that's what's going on with Nucor. I hope that helps you out. There was another request to take a look at natural gas. So NG December 21. Let me get that populated. Let me also get over here and take a look at, if I can get to the natural gas charts. Here we go. Here's natural gas. So right now, price is below a rising trend line, below the bottom of its profile. That's suggesting lower price. The question is, where is that lower price target? So now we've got the daily time frame up here, and that price target is going to be its breakout level. And that's at $4.69. That is the low from the trading session of September the 7th. And if price gets below that, well, then that's going to set up an A to B equals CD to the downside, and that would also bring in the 4.027 area. And that's what's going on inside of natural gas as we take a look at its daily time frame chart. So again, we're looking at 469 as the next price target. Below that is going to confirm an A to B equals CD to the downside and probably take us into the 402 level. So I hope that helps. I know somebody in the Tigers Den wanted that. So I think we've gotten through everything out here. We'll just finish off, take a look at those daily profiles out here, if I can get to them. And the daily profiles, again, they're attempting to form for the ES, for the YM, and for the Russell 2000. And those areas of support, 46.35 in the ES. Right now in the NQ, it's 16.105. In the Dow, it would be 35.582. In the Russell 2000, 23.72. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more wonderful hours out here. My favorite polar bear, that's David White with the Power Trading Hour. Tom O'Brien, he'll take us on home, and I'll be back with you on wonderful Wednesday. Have a terrific Tuesday, folks. Thanks for being here.